Hola, hola, amiga. Some of you all have reached out to me via DMs on Instagram after sharing my stories of our baby moon slash family vacation in Florida about a week ago. And you all had asked about tips with traveling with a toddler because I'm pretty sure that as spring break is near us, we are planning our vacations and perhaps we're also planning our summer vacations as well. And I decided to create this video for you so that you have a better idea of what you can pack to make traveling with a toddler a lot easier. So we took a flight to Florida. That way, our travels can be a little less hectic. We decided not to drive, even though a drive can be doable from Chicago to Tampa, but it was only a 2.5 hour flight for us. And so, what we did was we took a car seat. We bought the Cosco car seat on Amazon, and it is very lightweight so that you can carry it with you on the aisle when finding your seat, in the airplane. We actually did this kind of like stroller slash car seat hack. We utilized that car seat and put it on top of the stroller. And what we did in order for it to be kind of like sustained was we got this belt in which you can kind of wrap it around so that the car seat can kind of stay itself put. What we did was we actually put D on top of the car seat, and that way we can easily maneuver ourselves around the airport because we took an early flight. It was like, I think we boarded around 7:30, and it was pretty chaos. I mean, by that time people were trying to get the earliest flight in to, travel. And so we thought that this was a good idea for us to utilize the car seat slash stroller hack. So if you want to know more on how to install it, I can definitely share you all a video about it. But that really helped. When it came to as far as with what we actually packed and what we used on the flight, because he has his own ticket, we did take advantage of his own kind of personal item. And so he had his own backpack, although he never wanted to wear it. So all we did was just hang the straps on the stroller. And it was very helpful though, because we put like an empty water bottle here. We put all of his like toys, his quick snacks in his backpack. And that way what I was using was my own little mini backpack slash diaper bag. And Alex had his own backpack as well. And so all what we had to worry is like literally stuff, the toys that and the activities that we used during the flight. So that way it can be easy access for us to kind of grab. And so what was inside this backpack were a couple books. This is actually bilingual. So I got this off of Amazon, being that we took a day trip to Disney World from Tampa to Orlando. I decided to get him this cute little Mickey Mouse book here. And it says, ¿Cómo se siente Mickey? How is Mickey feeling? So it talks about emotions. And Dee really enjoyed it. On top of that, we also packed two of his favorite books, and they're also bilingual. If for those of you who do not know, we are raising a bilingual, mostly Spanish speaking child, and that way he can be fully immersed in our cultura, our culture, and our language as well. In addition to his book, I also packed this like play pack grab and go. These are things that you can find on in the Target dollar section, even though it's not $1, it was like $3. But I thought, you know what, this is a great way for him to get entertained. There's like crayons and stickers, and it's like a book in which he can kind of color through. He didn't really use this. He's not really much into arts and crafts anyway, but I was like, it's something that he can be entertained on the flight. What he really did enjoy were these reusable stickers from Melissa and Doug. This is a pretty big like sticker pad, but what I did is I pulled out one of the scenes and sticker sheets that were here, and I kind of placed them in Alex's backpack because his backpack was literally the size of the pad. I used the airplane one, which you can see here, and he was very entertained. He was just very intrigued with the whole concept of flying. He loves airplanes, and he didn't realize how big airplanes were because he only saw them up from the sky. He thought that they were tiny little things, and I'm like, no, these are big. And so it was very fitting to get him this reusable pad just because it shows other sights and sceneries of like different transportation. So yeah, this is something that was very awesome and entertaining for him, which I appreciated because it was like only $7 on Amazon. And I'll make sure to include all of this on the description below. And that way you can easily access these things that were used. Another thing that he was very entertained on was this Lovevery belt kind of activity thing that he got with the subscription. So we are subscribed for the Lovevery kits that come in every 3 to 4 months, depending on the kid's age. And he is loving the concept of just opening up all of these little belts. If you do not have a subscription with Lovevery, what I have purchased, this was like months ago, was this like Montessori inspired busy board. And this is like a travel one. So there's like different buckles, there's different like zippers, even like a shoelace here. And these are just pretty interactive ways to keep a toddler pretty busy. And here you can like peel out the Velcro off of like the letters and numbers. I didn't take this on the flight because I'm like, you know what, we're already taking enough. But if in case you're not subscribed to Lovevery, you can use this as well, and your toddler will be entertained for at least a little bit. The other item that kept D mostly entertained was entertainment through a device. And so we really don't have him utilize screen time as much, but as a reward and to keep him busy, what we did was we have an iPad, and we bought this like cover, which is very sturdy here. And yeah, what we did was just like use, put our own iPad here. I have a very old iPad, but whatever, it's still being utilized for like whenever I read an ebook or, look at recipes, and we use this for cooking. But what I liked is that, we can also use it for a toddler. And so what I did was I downloaded an app called Encanto. So this is very specifically for bilingual children. And it has kind of like on-demand videos, games, songs, all in Spanish and English. So this also goes out to families that want to raise a bilingual child, even if you're not a Spanish speaker yourself. In addition, I downloaded some of his favorite movies. So right now he's obsessed with Coco, of course, he's obsessed with Encanto, and he's also obsessed with Vivo. So all of these like Latinx type of movies that are finally out there for children. And so, yeah, he was very well entertained. And while he was using the iPad, I also bought these headphones. So these are like kid-friendly headphones where they are noise canceling, and you can connect them to the device. And what I like about them is that the volume isn't overwhelming. So even though you can adjust the volume with the device, it doesn't go beyond like a certain range or whatever. So that's what I really enjoyed about that. And what I really liked is that it is noise canceling. So for D, he doesn't take a bottle. He's 2 years old. He never liked the pacifier either. And I heard that as the plane is ascending or, coming down, whatever that word is, they often get, like their ears pop. And I noticed that with D, he was feeling a little uncomfortable. And literally what he did, his instinct was like to put these on. And so I'm glad that he kind of caught that because I was already thinking the worst. So it really helped him with kind of getting that noise canceling so that he wouldn't, feel uncomfortable, because there were a lot of kids on the plane, especially going to Florida. And there were so many of them crying, and luckily D didn't cry, which is great because I don't know what I would have done. For those of you who don't use screen time, which is totally fine, You can either get those headphones that I recommended or these are ones that, oh my gosh, we got him when he was like 6 months old. But yeah, these run, I think, children as early as 6 months to like 3 years, I think, can use these because they can stretch pretty long or short. But we did pack these in case if he didn't want to listen to music or look at a video or whatever. And I also thought that he was going to use these at the fireworks show in Disney World. So we watched the Enchantment fireworks show at Magic Kingdom, and the fireworks weren't even loud, like as loud as I thought they were. And so we didn't end up using these anyway. But if in case your child doesn't use screen time, they are noise canceling and the child can kind of focus on themselves and not be super overwhelmed with the noise. In addition to this, we also packed him some snacks. So we packed him like crackers, we packed him a couple juice boxes, even milk boxes as well. And quick story, we overpacked. Like what I did was like I packed snacks and drinks for the trip, but what happened was that TSA told us that no, these snacks and beverages are only for the flight. So I definitely overpacked. I had no idea. I was doing research online and it didn't specify about you only taking snacks and drinks for your toddler beyond the 331 rule. You know, it's okay to pack those things, but I didn't know that it was only for the flight. I thought that it was for your vacation. So what TSA did was they let us bring in all of the food with us, but the thing is that we had to go through a screening process. So they said, you know, either parent would have to be tapped and, you know, go through this official screening process, and Alex took it all for the family. And oh my gosh, it was so bad. Like watching him being patted all the way, literally, I think it lasted like 10 minutes. It was a very official kind of screening process. So if you don't want to go through that or you don't want to see your partner go through that, I recommend to just like take snacks for the flight only. And then if you do need snacks for, you know, the time while you are on vacation, hopefully there's a Target or a Walmart or some sort of like convenience store for you to buy snacks for your kids, because yeah, we definitely overpacked and that's something that we got. But luckily they didn't discard it. You know, we kept all of them. But yeah, it was pretty overwhelming. So yeah, we also packed him fruit snacks, which he's never had. But as a reward, because of his good behavior and the fact that he was working well with us, I gave him fruit snacks and he loved them. He absolutely loved them. In addition, we also packed him a couple toys, his favorite stuffed animals when he goes to bed. We packed him a Woody. He loves Woody right now, and a Lovey. Even though we didn't utilize the Lovey on the flight over to Tampa, but coming back, because we did take an overnight flight, I mean, he passed out immediately as soon as we put him on the plane. And we covered him with his Lovey. That way he can be warm. So that really helped us. We also packed a sound machine, even though it's very noisy on the plane. But I did use this in the airport, especially coming back home, because like I said, it was an overnight flight. And this Hush sound machine has been with us ever since he was born. I mean, ever since I even packed it during our hospital stay. Like we use this because it does doze him down, like it helps him sleep a lot better. But unfortunately, the airport was very chaotic and he was just distracted and it did not help. Again, as soon as we put him on the plane in his car seat, like he passed out, which at least that was helpful. But I thought that this little thing was going to help at least put him to sleep. When we were in the airport, it was not good, but whatever. So these are all of the things that we packed for D, especially on the flight, because I know the flight can be a little bit overwhelming. It can be scary because you don't know how your child is going to behave or react. And just think about it. I mean, if this is our first time going on a flight, we have to be empathetic, right? It is a different environment. It is sensory overload. So yeah, these are all of my tips and quick tricks about flying with a toddler. If you found this information helpful, please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to share more to other mommies out there who are raising toddlers and also who are expecting. And also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I am at Viva la Mami. And also, you can check out my website, which is vivalamami.com. And of course, you can listen to my podcast, which is the Viva la Mami podcast. And we basically provide a space, a safe space for Latina moms who don't want to be alone in their journey. I often interview regular Latina moms who share their unique stories and who can help mommies feel validated in their experiences. I also interview experts in a variety of fields so that way it can empower your purpose and journey of motherhood. And that way we can redefine the meaning of motherhood for us to be our most unique and authentic selves. So yeah, so that's kind of all of this information in a nutshell, but thank you so much for being here and hasta la próxima. Bye bye.